Hello, beautiful people. It's Cinderella. Welcome to the channel. Today, we're back again with another video, and this is about Justin Bieber. Your title looks quite interesting. I want to believe this is just mere speculations. Anyway, we're gonna read this. This is from the Eric's channel, and the title of the topic or the title reads Justin Bieber's mom, bad parenting ruined Justin Bieber's life. Okay, okay. I want to believe these are just mere speculations, right? Or and whatever. But again, talk about Hollywood and everything that is going on in Hollywood so far. Best advice for parents, especially if their kids want to pursue the career, acting career, music, whatever, they should be the parent and not just entrust their kids to a stranger, even to somebody you know, especially in the industry, even to somebody you know. You have to be careful because I mean, sometimes some parents can just be negligent and say, well, they trust the system, they trust people, or they put their kids under guardian's care or some supposed guardian, and it so happen would ruin your child's life forever or traumatize them forever. Well, anyways, we're gonna check this video together, and I would love your thoughts and your contribution at the end of the video. Let's dive right in.
Did you see the Justin Bieber interview with this one guy he did where he's crying?
Yes.
I don't know. Did you see that?
He's talking about Haley and he's like, he's bawling back because he doesn't
want her to know that, she can count on me. But at the end of the day, I'm never going to force myself to be in a relationship with her. It has to be natural, right? So I just kind of, let her do her thing. And if she ever needs me, I'm going to be here for her. But yeah, just protecting those moments because people take for granted encounters and
kind of got to get thick skin, when you're in this industry, and you can't believe most of what you read.
A lot of it's made up,
but I'd say who you surround your child with is the most important thing,
Just when we thought Diddy's shady deals were done, we have Justin Bieber's mom coming up exposing his ungodly things he did to Justin. Countless allegations were getting shot at Diddy, and it became a wake-up call to Patty, realizing that Justin was also a victim during his teenage years.
When you have a son who is a superstar, you've got to think about security and safety. I mean, you've got so many people who want to, see him, be him, marry him, but you also got the crazies out there. Do you worry about his safety?
Of course. I mean, I think every mom worries about their kids. So, but he's got really good security guards and a great team around him that, try to keep him out of dangerous situations. Well, I mean, now that he's 18, I kind of, it's time for me to let go a little. But when he was younger, I couldn't ground him. When you're in this industry and you can't believe most of what you read.
A lot of it's made up, isn't it? It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's tough. But, he's held his head high and handled some situations really well.
Known as the supportive mother of Justin since the early days of his career, Patty began to point fingers as she traced down the history regarding Justin's suffering. Even Usher's name was dragged into the scene, leading to more speculations about what other roles he played throughout this mess.
Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler.
With numerous issues surfacing against Diddy, it's pretty much obvious that the collateral damage will soon follow. Rumor after rumors dancing in the spotlight, and with pieces of evidence against Diddy, it's only a matter of time before those turn into the truth. Now, what would you do if your son was also a potential victim in this fiasco? That's the question that Patty Millette needs to address. As the spotlight shines bright on Diddy, it also lightens up all the dark schemes that he has been doing behind the scenes. It so happens that the industry connected a lot of artists, and now a rumor has surfaced that Justin was groomed by Diddy. What more Patty does not know about Justin's past? Surely things will get messy as Patty tries to unfold the truth. And with that, let's do a quick rundown of the topic first. Patty Millette, the mother of Justin Bieber, who was just aiming for the bright success of her son's career, was finally woken up by the series of controversies that Diddy has been to, opening up the previous history of Justin Bieber, and now realizing all of the wrongdoings that led to her son's downfall, both in career and mentally. Now, I don't confirm any of the rumors. I'm just discussing what's on the internet. But honestly, the amount of evidence coming up against Diddy, we might know what's the truth. Now, for those who don't know how Diddy is related to Bieber and how he got his hands on him in the first place, we need to rewind a little bit. We're looking back.
Okay, first of all, before we continue, I see that lots of people would try to also blame the mother. In her defense, I know I'm not supporting the action or whatever, but in her defense, I'm just gonna say lots of parents as at that time did not really know like the ins and out of what goes on in Hollywood, because I mean that time is quite different from now. Now we have social media, different social media platforms that can also help you get information and all that. But that time, maybe in her mind, she thought she was doing what was best for her child, and she trusted the system or trusted Hollywood. And you know, sometimes some parents who really are not, they just want their child to have the best time of their life, especially since they're pursuing or going into the entertainment and whatnot. So they trust that these people who are supposedly role models would do right by their child. So I'm just saying, maybe in her defense, she didn't know better, but now she already knows, and it's just taking a toll on the child. Now Justin Bieber, right? But again, my advice would be for anybody who is going or whose child wants to get into Hollywood, with everything that we know now, you've got to be careful. Be present with your child and be the adult in the room. Don't entrust your child onto somebody else, because lots of people made that mistake, or lots of parents made that mistake. There are some parents who would not, for the love of God, trust their child to be with somebody else and would always want to be in the know. But you know, sometimes some of the kids, they may be like, well, the parents is being too overprotective, and since it's a boy, he may also feel that sense that his mom is being too overprotective, as opposed to if the dad were to be present in his life and wanted to be in every aspect of his life. I don't think it will be in this manner, or I don't think the reaction will be the same, where he would think that the father was being overprotective, right? But it may not be in that context, or in that light. But I'm just saying, in the mother's defense, just maybe she trusted the wrong people and she didn't know better. I'm just gonna give her the benefit of the doubt, or just say that in her defense. But again, as of now, parents really need to be careful, because Hollywood is not the place you want to trust your child, your kid, with anybody. If you know you're not even going to trust your child with somebody you know, then don't even think of trusting your child with somebody in Hollywood, no matter how much. But again, you know, sometimes some parents, based on the circumstances or based on the place or where they are coming from, they may sort of maybe she believed that, okay, this would open way for the family and the child's career and whatnot. Maybe, and she just wanted to trust him. Just maybe. What do you think?
More than a decade ago, Justin Bieber was discovered by an American talent manager, Scooter Braun, back in 2008. Yes, the guy Scooter who has a famous beef with Taylor Swift. Scooter saw a bright future for Justin, and since Justin was still a minor, Scooter reached out to his mom. Now there is an interview clip where Scooter Braun allegedly made an inappropriate joke that explains what Diddy might have done to Bieber. Watch this.
And then I found this little kid on YouTube in the middle of the night, because that's what happens when you're a grown man on the internet in the middle of the night. You stare at a little boy singing and you're like, little boy, come be with me. And I'm the only person that's never been arrested for doing that. And that was Justin Bieber.
As a mother, Patty wanted the best for Justin since the kid posed a potential talent that could be further polished. She may have good intentions, but her decision made a lot of people raise their eyebrows, especially in today's generation. Maybe it was a bit too naive for Patty's side to send her son to Atlanta at the age of 13, hoping everything would be fine without a parental supervision. They were just recording music. What could go wrong? As a teenager herself, Patty dreamed of becoming an actress, but plans were changed when she became pregnant at 18. She raised Justin alone, although he remains in touch with his father. Patty worked low-paying office jobs to make ends meet. Aligning with her history, Patty probably saw this as an opportunity for Justin to have a better life than her. As Justin's mother, Patty was still required to sign documents for her son as the legal guardian of the upcoming star. However, things quickly change when Usher and Scooter are the ones that mainly supervise Justin, rather than Patty herself.
I would describe her as like the strongest woman that I know. Especially having to hear those things about your son must be hard. She raised me on her own, which is hard. And she moved away from everything she ever knew to come and help me pursue what I love.
In 2009, Patty claimed that no 15-year-old wants to be around his mother 24/7, she said, and no mother wants to be around her 15-year-old 24/7 either. During that time, it seemed her actions made sense to her since she wanted the path for Justin's career. Back then, Patty even let Justin hang out with Diddy for 48 hours, closed doors, and with minimal information shared with the public. Patty herself might even be clueless about what had happened in those 2 days. It was November 10th, 2009, when Justin himself uploaded a 2-minute video of him talking with Diddy, plotting what they would do during that special day. What's even crazier is that the video resurfaced today on YouTube, exactly when countless Diddy was currently facing numerous cases.
I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So, and we gonna go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some grills. Let's go get some grills.
Man after my heart. That's what I'm talking.
The netizens commented, "YouTube is crazy for recommending this right now," and "This aged horribly." It was an innocent content back then, but now the video is filled with controversies related to Diddy grooming Justin and becoming a bad influence towards him. You can still look for the video on Justin's official YouTube account, watch it if you have time, and maybe you could see the red flags that Patty missed during that time.
Well, let me just say this because, yeah, it's quite easy for people to play the blame card to blame the mother right now. But I bet you some people would also make the exact same mistakes, if we're being honest. Yeah, she needs to take accountability, or people are seeing reasons why has to take accountability. But think about, like, how she's feeling, especially with all the information or some of the information that she's heard about her son, or what the damages is caused to her son. Imagine how she's gonna feel right now. She is gonna hate herself for letting her son go through all of this. As at that time, she thought she was doing the right thing. I mean, it was Diddy and Usher and every other big name or big artist or whatever. So maybe she trusted them to think they know better. I know I'm not taking sides, but I'm just trying to see reasons why some parents would also want to trust their child with some big celebrity. But again, there are some parents that would not. So it's just different for different people. And just because it is happening now doesn't make it mean like, okay, people should just outrightly go point fingers, like if they were put in that situation, they're gonna do the right thing, or they are gonna make the right decision. Not everybody at that time is gonna think or make the right decision. That is what I am trying to say. Because some parents, if I'm being honest, some parents don't know how to be parents, and some parents are just, I mean, she was quite young when she gave birth to him. So we should also see reasons with that. But in her defense, I'm just gonna say she didn't know better at that time, and she kind of trusted the wrong people, or trusted them, or too trusted Hollywood, and potentially, it so happened to or it so happened that her son is this way. But I just hope and pray that the son eventually heals or finds healing, because that is most important, because it's gonna have kids, or it has kids, and it's gonna tell on his kids as well. Let me know what you think. What would you do if you were in that situation, or if we were to be your child in that situation? And let's say the era of social media is not as advanced as it is now. What would you have done? Would you have trusted your child with Hollywood, especially, not, let's say, like, without knowing what we know now? Would you have trusted your child with Hollywood stars, or would you have been the guardian there, or you would have tried or want to supervise your child there? Let's just have that conversation in the comments below. And I mean, there are no right or wrong answers, right? Because everyone's experience is most likely going to be different, especially in Hollywood and with their kids. And the way people raise their kids is not always going to be the same. Let's just put that
F it up predicament.
Okay, stop it. Stop it. Listen, I think sometimes people really need to give grace, and we need to, because when the video surfaced, in fact, when the video was on the internet as at that time, or Bieber and Didi or Bieber and Osha were all over on our faces as at that time, people thought it was cute, right? People thought it was cute and people loved it up until now. So I mean, they should stop it. They should stop it, because if the mother knew that this was gonna happen, do you think she was gonna entrust her child with that? I mean, think about her. And honestly, I'm just saying this because sometimes some of these parents, they may not have known. They thought they were doing the best for their child. But lots of people loved it, enjoyed it, and lots of people saw that okay, Justin Bieber was doing good, and it was his career was skyrocketing, he's meeting big artists, big celebrities and whatnot. And lots of people also saw that as an opportunity to also put their children into the entertainment industry. So they should stop this. It doesn't even make sense, because now that all of this is resurfacing, people are pointing blame onto the mom. Stop it. Stop it.
For money, no doubt. An interesting fact regarding this situation is that there's a rumored song wherein Justin sings a new song about his experience. In the music, there was a line where it was mentioned, "Lost myself at a Diddy party, didn't know that's how it'd go. I was in it for a new Ferrari, but it cost me way more than my soul. Signed the paper so he never had to say sorry, lost myself at the Diddy party." However, this rumored song was a bit sketchy since it was not on Justin's YouTube channel. The source of the clip was still unknown, and it looks like it was a snippet from a whole song. A lot of the netizens believed that it was true, but there were still some who pointed that the song was AI generated. The most interesting part of this confusing scenario was that there were still some saying, just because it's AI generated doesn't mean it's not real. Obviously this is real. Diddy just got arrested for this exact thing. Regardless, the said music just added more fuel to the raging fire against Diddy. With Justin mentioned the paper that was signed, it was Patty Mallet who took part in this role as his guardian. Patty claimed that the conditions were manipulative and coercive, telling us that the contract was designed to exploit the artist's vulnerabilities. Due to the privacy of the contract, the exact words inside of it were never shared in public. However, Patty stated that during the contract signing, she was pressured to agree with the terms since Justin was reaching the peak of his career at that point in time. Patty admitted that she saw the red flags in the music industry in general, where artists were pressured to accept unfavorable terms to achieve their dreams. These practices have been behind the curtains, and Patty was sharing the awareness now since they experienced it firsthand. Yes, it was too late now for Patty to change her views regarding the contract she signed, which snowballed into an abuse she didn't foresee. But as the truth finally burst into the scene, Patty takes this opportunity to give the justice that they deserve. As of today, a lot of news outlets are trying to ask Justin about the recent controversies about Diddy. Everyone wants to hear a word from him since Justin was one of the people who could expose everything that Diddy did. However, it wasn't the right time for him to address the issue since Justin and Haley had a child recently. Justin said that he just wants to focus on being a great dad and husband for now. As for Patty, it looks like she was ecstatic with the newborn too, showing her proud grandmother side on the internet as she posted this on her Instagram. Thinking deeper on Patty's side, it's quite hard to just double down on every bit of her decision. Yes, what she did was not right, and she played a role in allowing Justin to experience such things. It's easy to pinpoint all of the wrongdoings she had made, and no amount of justification could reason out her actions. Despite Patty's struggles in raising Justin, some still called her out, saying that it was impossible for her to know nothing about the whole mess, questioning her actions since they believed Patty could have prevented everything back then, instead of chiming in at this point in time. They even claimed that Patty only wanted the money back then. Some even stated that Patty should be put in jail too, which sparked some arguments. At the end of the day, those who target the weak should be the one who takes the blame. The industry holds a dark place, and the innocent ones get eaten by the system and abused. Sure, there are enablers who allow these things to happen, but none of those would have happened if the predators were called out immediately. It was poor parental guidance of Patty Mallet to Justin Bieber, as the audience calls her, but they were also victims that were taken advantage of. Try not to miss our next video if you want to stay in the loop of the ongoing spicy gossip and controversies in the industry.
Okay. First of all, people should stop it. They should stop it because want to know why? Do you think anybody would have believed if, let's say, Justin Bieber's mom so happened to come to tell the entire world what happened? Do you think people would have believed? Of course not, because people will be like, well, this man is helping your child, and all you do, you're coming out to say these things, you're ungrateful and whatever. They should stop it. They should stop all that, because what we know now is now. And obviously, she must have hated herself so bad for letting her child go through all of that. If she had known, she would be living in regret. But let's also not act like, okay, that time you did not enjoy it, or you did not like it, or you did not see that, or you did not fancy it. Let's stop it. Let us just be honest with ourselves. We should stop it. And I don't think any parent would want to put their child or endanger their child or put their child in an uncomfortable situation. I don't think any parent wants that for their child. And more so, if Justin Bieber had opened up to his mom, what do you think she should have done? To call out Hollywood itself? Who would have believed? Who would have believed? Even now, people still don't believe that Diddy did those things. Even with lots of the information that people have heard, people still don't believe that Diddy did those things. These people still are protesting or whatever, are still saying free Diddy in this day and age, even with all of the things you hear. But no, point blame. But see, I want to play the card, but I really don't want to play the card because, yeah, people will say, oh, because she's a single mom or that or whatever. But if it was a man that was in this situation, do you think people would be hard long pressing on this to say, oh, it's his fault for letting this child go this and that? I'm just playing that card. But let's just be honest. It's easier to point blame onto somebody when you're not the one in the situation. So let's just cut her a slack and give her the grace because lots of us saw Justin Bieber with Diddy and loved it up until now. How is she supposed to put in jail, be sent to jail? Did she know about? If she knew that this was how the industry was gonna do or go down, or what they are gonna do to her son, do you think she would put her son in that situation? Rather, she would even love it that she be there for her child and train him, and maybe, just maybe, she would have done her research enough to know what goes in and out on the industry, and it's for the now. And that is why we always say, parents, be vigilant and be the guardian. Don't entrust your child onto anybody, regardless, no matter how much they're going to pay you, or regardless of how much they're going, whatever they're going to tell you. Don't do that. You have to be there present in your child's life to understand or to know what is going on, especially with the industry and every craziness that occur in the industry. And no, I'm not defending her actions, but I'm just saying that people wouldn't have known, or nobody would have known that this is what would have happened. But again, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below regarding this. I would love your contribution in the comments below. Obviously, everybody is entitled to their opinion, or everybody's gonna have different reactions or different stance regarding this. But I would love you to share that in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.